London's gangs are being encouraged to use words instead of weapons to solve their disputes and save lives. The Metropolitan Police supports a service called Conflict Resolution, which attempts to break the cycle of youth violence. Well, the benefits of the scheme were highlighted on the day that 3 gang members were sentenced to life in prison for the murder of a teenager in South London. Let's speak to Gareth Furby now, who's at Scotland Yard for us this evening. Gareth.
Yes, 2 developments today in this ongoing saga of London's problems with gang crime. First of all, this judge in that case describing as acting like a pack of hyenas. 3 gang members he sentenced to life imprisonment for stabbing to death an 18-year-old teenager. And secondly, we saw for the first time a real insight into a scheme that Scotland Yard's been running for quite a while now, funding, which is called Conflict Resolution. And that's about getting gang members and people affected by gang crime to think about the idea of talking to each other instead of continuing with this cycle of violence. Scotland Yard is getting tough on gangs, and some Londoners might think about time. Just this afternoon, these men, all members of the gang GMG, which stands for Guns, Murder and Girls, were jailed for stabbing to death Daniel Graham as he got off a bus in East Dulwich.
He was savagely attacked by these men, repeatedly stabbed a number of 24 times in what would appear to be about a 45-second period.
But as well as raids, Scotland Yard has another approach to the gang problem. It's called Conflict Resolution.
I'm always going to be in your life, no matter what.
Damien Roberts is a specialist, and these are just 2 Londoners he's helped.
What were you worried was going to happen to you before this man intervened?
Just that they were probably going to kill me, innit?
JJ Simpson was threatened by a gang he used to belong to, but they were persuaded to leave him alone.
I was persistent, you know, every day speaking to them, even though they didn't want to talk to me, let them know, look, I'm not disappearing, I ain't going nowhere, this needs to stop.
It's made me happier, I don't have to look over my shoulder every time I go out.
Imran was attacked in Camden and planning violent revenge, but after mediation he was able to speak to his attacker.
I told him how I felt, you know, how I really felt, what I thought of him, this, that. Same with the boy, he told me the same how he thought. You know, what he done, why he done it, what I done, why I done it, this, that. And then, like, we just come to a little agreement, innit?
This is the first time cameras have been allowed to see this service, which may now expand.
I think we've saved probably about 4 lives, if I can put a figure on it. And I think we've probably stopped in excess of 70, 80 people getting injured.
They also help victims. Phyllis was shot through the chest in her own bedroom just because it overlooked the scene of a shooting.
Up till today, the bullet is still in there. At first, I wanted revenge. I was so angry.
I think if there was no intervention at that time, she would have sunk deeper into her depressive state. We explained to her that bad things happen to everybody.
Such a service won't solve London's gang crime problem on its own, of course, but it may just help. OK, well, tonight we've had a note of caution from a group called Options for Change, who work with gang members and are based in Lambeth. They say this is a good idea, but they doubt it can be employed on a big enough scale to really sort out this problem across the capital. They say it's a complex issue and entrenched in many communities. Back to you.
Gareth Furby at Scotland Yard, thanks very much for that. Well, still to come tonight.